Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the very presentation. In this very occasion, I would like to present to you uh, some ways to detect potential plagiarism. In this very topic, we are going to talk about four distinct types of plagiarism. Okay, the first type of the plagiarism is called a duplicate publication. And then the next one is self or team plagiarism. And then the third one is direct copying of method sections with a new data inserted. And the last one is uncited or excessive extracts. Well, in this very first slides, I'm just going to show you the four types of the common types of plagiarism. Although when you go to the real world, you can see that the types of plagiarism is way more, many more than the four types that I'm going to describe in this very presentation. Well, let's go to the very first type of plagiarism. The first one is called duplicate publication. Well, this type of duplication is found when the similarity of the work or article is more than 40 to 50%. The article is automatically rejected on the basis of duplication. Well, this percentage is obtained when you check your work or your manuscript to online software like Turnitin. And when you check your similarity index and you find that your similarity is more than 40 or between 40 to 50%, then this paper is automatically rejected. So to some universities, they apply the rule to a percentage that is still acceptable for the book of the students. A plagiarism tool is mostly unable to check duplication in figures and tables. So resources to other sources like Google, PubMed Central, etc. are needed for further analysis of articles. Sometimes it is found in some students' manuscript that there are some pictures or tables which is not really recognizable by some similarity checker application, so that one manuscript sometimes cannot simply be tested by only Turnitin. To things like figures and tables, they need more application to check the similarity index. Well, I would like to show you the similarity that we can see in these two papers in the screen. On the left, you can see in the circle the similarity index 80%, and on the right you can see it is 78%. Both of the papers having a similar title, but the similarity index you can see is way more than it is acceptable. In the University of Yogyakarta, in State Yogyakarta University, the similarity index only acceptable is 20% of student manuscript. The next one is self or team plagiarism. It is commonly found in papers of authors from the same research programs. Okay, so it commonly happens when you are having a research but conducted in groups, and every one of you in the group think that they deserve with original papers, which is originally uh, uh, which is originally from the same study. So the justification from the members of the group is by having different focuses in the same research project, even when the equipment and methods adapted are the same. So they thought that by having different focuses of the same research, they have the privilege to have original manuscript or original papers. So this is called team plagiarism. At the same time, when authors do self-plagiarism, they do not feel it is unreasonable to duplicate parts of the introduction, methods, or discussion sections. So I would like to show you how such team plagiarism occurs in these two papers. Although the similarity index is only 44% and 23%, we can see here that this introduction almost have exact same thing. The red part of this passages is actually the same thing, but the black part, the words printed in black, shows how these two papers differ to each other. So we can see here on the left, you can see phrases like identification of gas, but on the paper on the right, you cannot see the phrases of gas, and so on. So this is called team plagiarism. The next one is direct copying of method sections with new data inserted. This type of plagiarism is particularly common phenomenon in biomedical papers. So it happens when all part of the method section is copied verbatim. Verbatim means words per words. Particularly again in this in method sections. The next things that show you this type of plagiarism is only the way the authors only change some of the experimental condition and data. Somehow the data is different to the previously original papers, but it is still called as plagiarism. It is hardly ever found in leading journals such as Science and Nature. Somehow, some reputable journals can easily detect such a type of plagiarism, so it is hardly ever found in such leading journals. In this type of plagiarism, the author should use their own language to describe and summarize their methods and ideas. So I would like to show you how it is happening. Okay, so in the left paper, you can see that the red words and phrases are actually the same, but somehow the words in black, like in the left, you can see 200 PL, or maybe 200 milliliters, and on the left, on the right, you can see 1.0 milliliters. So the wordings are exactly the same, but somehow the quantity or maybe the variables or the objects is different to each other's, but somehow they are coming from the same original papers. So this is called the third type of the plagiarism. Well, the next one is uncited or excessive extracts. It happens when the authors incorporate extract from other papers without providing citation details. So it happens when authors just copy others' opinion or maybe a statement and then put that statements into his own papers without providing sufficient citation. Since his own views was identical to that of the author, it was acceptable to use the same words without citation. This is the common misconception of author, which claims to have the same or identical opinion or point of view, and by that standard, he can cite that statement without referring to the original author. With a full citation, it is reasonable to copy whole paragraphs from other papers. For authors, then it is obliged to cite the sources of the statement in his paper. Many sentences and whole paragraphs were identical to those in published papers, and scarcely any of the words are the author's own. Piracy is defined as the appropriation of ideas, data, or methods from others without any acknowledgement. Okay, so this is the example. I think although the similarity index only 33% or 23%, but somehow the word in black shows how it is the fourth type of the plagiarism. The word significant, the word typified. Somehow in the left paper it is fundamental to EFG, but somehow in the right paper it is fundamental to all meshless methods. It can be said that the author claims to have their own original point of view, but somehow it needs to cite properly the sources of the statements. Okay, here you can see that although the similarity index is 42%, or maybe on the right one is 21%, but again, proper citation is necessary for any author to use someone else's statements. Okay, so I think that's all from the types of plagiarism that I'm showing you on this occasion. I think that's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.